Welcome back, guys, to the GSTL, where players these days often get multi-kills, and Younghwa, he's starting it out.
Indeed, he starts his streak, and Bial has been sent out to stop him. The map is going to be Metropolis, and we are just seconds away from witnessing another Protoss versus Zerg.
I feel like the decision-making for the Fnatic team has been absolutely great so far with which players they've taken out. They have shown the players, who, for example, one of the strengths of Björn is that he doesn't have very many broadcasted matches to study. When he comes out, IM is probably thinking, alright, well, he's a decent Zerg, obviously, but I have no stylistic information about this guy, really. I saw him play as ZVZ, but what else have we seen? Not much. I mean, he's played on the ladder quite heavily, but it's going to be hard to prepare for this type of player.
At the same time, about the last match, I think one of the biggest problems that Alive actually had when he was playing against Younghwa was his control of the Vikings. Especially the first match, he lost all of his Vikings before he could do any significant damage to the Colossi.
You're so right. Well, we are going to jump into this game here. We'll find out if Younghwa will continue his streak or if Björn will tie it up here at the GSTL with Caldor and Wolf.
The third game for Protoss player in the red. To the right side of the map, starting for the Incredible Miracle team, we have the Protoss.
LGIM Younghwa!
Defeating Moon and Alive, he's now up against another Zerg in the Fnatic roster. At the bottom of the map, close air positioned, we have the Zerg player in blue.
Fnatic late call, Björn!
There he is. An interesting map choice for a Zerg. It is Metropolis. Playing against a Protoss. Sup, Dave the One. Jealous much? Younghwa, nobody leaves here alive. We all know that joke.
Never heard it before.
What? Aw, you have. Like, when you said that, I was like, for like half a second, I took you seriously, then I started speaking, but I couldn't stop. That was unfortunate, but we do see a probe scout coming in here, which will force the pool first. And, you know, we've talked about this map being a tough map to hold a third base on for a Zerg, and Immortal pushes are so strong on this map.
Yeah, this is kind of the map where the Immortal push was, I don't want to say created, but where we've seen it for the first few times. And it is such a strong push, so dangerous. Those Immortals, they just tear everything apart.
This is also, you know, the only map with really close air positions. And for that reason, sometimes we see that sentry drop. Oh, she has a GSL Virgin. Well, that changed today.
And I bet she liked it.
Oh, she definitely liked it, man. Everybody likes it their first time.
Why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
And, well...
well, we heart Blizzard too.
What is the thing in the middle?
I'm not sure.
Is it an ant?
It may be something with World of Warcraft that I don't know. I'm not sure.
Nah.
Oh, look at that block.
Nice.
Nice. He double blocks.
He gets the pylon here as well. Double block at the natural and at the third base. So it delays this by quite a bit. At the same time, the Zerglings will be able to take them down. Is he going to cancel the pylon at the bottom left, though?
That is the question. It looks like, yeah, he does
he
cancel.
kind of should.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, if he keeps it up, he delays the hatchery a little bit more, but he loses more than he gains, arguably, with that.
The cannon is now in place for Younghwa. His wall-in. His wall-in is safe. The double base goes down for our Fnatic player at the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, still able to get it up fairly quickly. We'll lose a little bit of time on his regular first hatchery, but as far as both of them going up, pretty normal timing for the block. Now, the question is, when will he take his gases? And again, I think the ball on this map is always going to be in Younghwa's court a little bit. You're always going to have to play this one a little bit more defensively. We may see that sentry drop. We may see an Immortal push. Or, as a Protoss on this map, taking a fast third is not that tough to do. All you have to do really is kill the rocks and wall off your third base, and the Zerg is going to be hard-pressed to attack it.
The sentry drop is actually a really good Q, because that's something that we've seen done by a lot of players just lately. And on this map, you can also use your Blink Stalkers in order to posture at the low ground, then blink in as soon as the first force fields have been placed at the ramp. So this is something that Yal has to be aware of. If you would die to this, it would be a little bit disappointing, because this is exactly the map where we've seen it by so many different players. Ace comes to mind. We all said play by JYP, so he needs to be really careful.
It's been so popular recently.
Yeah, for good reason. It's a very, very strong attack and very hard to hold off.
We are going to see Stargate play, however.
This is exactly what JYP did, though. He started with an expansion, then transitioned into Stargates, built a few Phoenixes, made sure that there was no Overlord and able to spot the dropship, and then just started to go through the Wall Prism and his sentries in there. Force the force fields. So we'll see if this is something that Yonghwa is kind of considering right now, or if he's going for more of a standard Stargate.
You're absolutely right. That's something that we saw exactly from JYP, and it worked. And it's, in my experiences recently casting close air positions this matchup on this map recently, every Protoss will at least put the sentries in a Warp Prism. Even if it doesn't succeed, they will think about it, they will try it, because it's just so tempting, it's so effective. This Overlord wants to see the Stargate. Well, he wants to see anything, and he will, in fact. If he goes a little bit north, yeah, he's going to see that Stargate, sees it, turns around, sees it's a Void Ray first as well. And sees, as well as that, the third gas of his opponent with the Overlord. He's just very active with his gun right now. Additional Queen started immediately. Evolution Chamber as well, not cutting any corners.
What he knows at this point is that there's not going to be some kind of immortal attack. So that is definitely obvious. And look at this. We have... Did he cancel? No, he builds it. He goes for the Robo.
Oh, and a second Void Ray as well. This is actually going to be really, really dangerous if he doesn't prepare accordingly. With two Void Rays in the mix, it's just everything is different, and it's not what you expect to see ever. Usually when you see one Void Ray, you're like, all right, no matter what, it's going to be Phoenix follow-up here. You make the Spores. But the Void Rays are actually going to be part of the composition. They're going to be attacking units here.
He's taking down another Overlord, and this is kind of a big problem, because he won't be able to spot the Robo. He can't scout it. He doesn't have anything in the vicinity. There's no additional Overlord that would be able to get in there and have a closer look at the robotics. +1 is on its way, and the Void Ray count is already at 2. He's getting a third as we speak.
There is the Robo, and as you mentioned earlier, he's going to do just what JYP did. He's going to hunt the Overlords. There's no Overlords to be found, though. He's already pulled them back. Nicely done by Björn.
And there is the Wall Prism.
As well as 5 additional gateways. He is going to commit to this. The sentries are waiting. The 4th one is ready. Look at this timing. It is absolutely beautiful. I love this build, actually. It's my favorite type of strategy. I just absolutely love this type, man.
You can't tell that Wolf is playing Protoss?
Yeah.
Do you want to know my thoughts about this build? I'm a Zerg player, by the way.
What do you think about
Take a wild guess.
Oh, he's actually really committing with these Void Rays.
The main problem is there are a lot of Zerglings in the main base, and they are close. Well, I'm not sure if this is really going to work. He's trying to make it happen, but there are Zerglings everywhere. Are they enough, though? He's spotting the Void Rays. He's going for a little bit of attack. As soon as those Zerglings are able to... Well... Oh, he's actually not going for the ramp. Is he?
Oh, now he is, but he's been spotted. He will be shut down.
Not today.
He's going to go for it with Zealots warping in now. And the Void Ray's doing extra damage.
Oh, wow. And now where are the force fields? None just yet. The Queen's on high ground, though. And they will shut it down. Well defended.
Completely shut down.
I'm also scared when I see this unfold, because I'm like, okay, well, if that first force field hits the ramp, everything might be over. But the Void Rays are still in the game, and now here they are, the first Immortals being built, Blink researched, but very well defended by Bjal. He expected it. He was like, okay, it could happen, just make sure that you're in a good position.
As long as you're safe, you know, you don't lose anything for keeping your Zerglings like that. The Void Rays, I love this. They're going to go and clean up some creep. It's very difficult to deny this. The Zealots traded really well, but now we have drops and the Mutalisk switch on the way. Both great for close air positions. The problem, though, I feel, is that right now, with no even third base up for Yonghwa, he's going to be able to defend this no problem. He's not going to be spread too thin. He didn't really lose very many units with that. He wasn't able to do what he wanted to do, but he didn't really commit. He only warped in 4 Zealots. He even saved his Warp Prism and 2 of his sentries. So in the end, he's okay here.
Yeah, he's still okay, but the tech is pretty nice for the Fnatic player. Bial takes down one of the Void Rays, is streaming in with the Zerglings. At the same time, the Mutalisks are on their way, and we have drop play being researched. So now it's time for Bial to shine, to actually make this happen and start to be aggressive.
Yep. And with these Zerglings running over to the side now, I mean, he's going to have this aggressive opportunity.
Nice
but look at how well defended Yonghwa is right now. He actually is not spread too thin. His Nexus was not put up too early. He knows that something like this is going to be the follow-up to after his push was shut down, basically. So from here, right now, if he continues to commit to these Mutalisks, he may be able to keep Yonghwa on his base for a while, but all it's going to take is good cannon positioning and storm research to allow him to move back out.
Drop is done now. We have the armor upgrade started, the second one droning up, and the transition for Yonghwa with Storm is going to be very effective.
Here we go, no force fields!
And the sentries die. The sentries, they die. He snipes them. He does a ton of damage to the gas-heavy units of Yonghwa. Lost a lot of Lingers on the other hand, but still, killing those sentries is very important here.
Yeah, very good trade because now he can use his Zerglings so much more effectively, but even so, his Mutalisks are heavily damaged. He can't break into the front, and Yonghwa is just so good at splitting his units. We've seen it time and time again in these matches. He has his Void Rays and his Stalkers on the ramp, so they can go into the natural if need be. He has pylons on the left side of his main base, so he's going to be wherever he needs to be at any time.
13 additional drones have just been completed, as we now have Baneling Nest, and we have Infestation Pit. A bit of harass going on with all these Mutalisks that he currently has in his army composition. 20 in total, getting an additional 4 plus 2 attack. He's getting every single upgrade that he can put to use at this point. He's getting a 5th base. He already has a 4th. Bial is going for full-on macro style here.
Yeah, he is. Now, again, with this Mutalisk commitment, if he loses his army one time, Yonghwa will have a timing to attack him. So he has to be very careful. Already the Templar transition is in place. He's got an Archon in his mix as well, and that one Archon makes it so difficult to engage with the composition that Bial has made. Baneling speed is on the way. That's going to be really useful with the Overlord drops that we already have in play. Can try to use those Banelings effectively in dropships. He's not able to pressure against Yonghwa anymore. Yeah, he's keeping him in his base for a while, but when he's maxed, Yonghwa will be able to move out.
Right now we have also Baneling speed started, and still those Mutalisks posturing around, just looking for an opening, looking for a chance to snipe a pylon, a unit, maybe a few Stalkers. While the Spine Crawlers are building in the middle of the map, and the transition to Hive has been started for Bial. He tries now to go for the late game composition, and is still trying to snipe a Stargate here. Everything they can just make happen, just force his opponents into the base.
Oh man, the control of Yonghwa though is so good. Look at the positioning of his Stalkers and his Zealots at the front. Even with the cannons there are a Templar back there. Nice control though by Bial, picking off Zealots at the front, almost getting the Immortal as well. Both players controlling this so well, but now the time has come. Yonghwa is maxed. He is going to move out with his Templars. They are un-Archonized. He also has the Warp Prism in position for backstabs as well. This is going to be a pretty scary push for Bial to deal with. He is going to probably go for the run by. This may force a base trade scenario.
The Warp Prism is at the bottom right, ready to get go in there into the mineral line of the main base and warp in Zealots. We currently have the first Infestus building. Pathogen Glance has been done, and as soon as he can start his transition into Broodlords, it's going to be scary. He needs the Infestor count for the Fungals, obviously. More and more Spine Crawlers. This will make it so hard for Yonghwa to attack without Colossi.
You're right.
And he doesn't have the Colossi, and he only has one Immortal, so attacking into them will be so hard, and the Warp Prism is on the move now. Yep,
the Warp Prism is on the move. The scariest part about this is he has so many units in position in this main base. This is not what he's going to expect. Bial has to retreat with those Mutas right away. They may be trapped, though. Great positioning by Yonghwa right now. He's going to try to blink forward and catch these Mutas.
Oh, the Warp Prism is dead, though, and this shuts down this attack for now. At least reinforcements won't be a possibility.
I love what Yonghwa has done. He's made so many cannons at his third base. He's made 7. He has a High Templar there as well. Counterattacks are not going to be a problem for him.
Ah, there's the Fungal already. And Banelings, a ton of Banelings, 36 in total. But we have the Storm. Is he going to storm into those Banelings? Indeed he is!
Oh man, the Banelings getting away at the last second, but several of them did go down. The Templar, though, taking some hits. And meanwhile, he's going to catch all these reinforcing Stalkers. This is not good for Yonghwa.
This is really bad. He's chasing them down. They're trying to run, pulling him for his Gump here, but they are not fast enough. A lot of them die before he can finally escape to safety. And at the same time, we have the second Spire building. We have the Greater Spire upgraded.
Storm
Also,
available here.
nice one. That one was important.
That was so important. Then the cannons could have done the real damage. And Archon falls, and here come the Banelings. Some hesitation from both players here. It looks like Younghwa may commit. No, decides to go back, but he's fungled. He is fungled. He gets out of the fungle at the last second.
Here come the Banelings! And they connect, and suddenly, will the Antia be enough? I don't think so.
The Stalkers at 1-1, but the Mutas do have +2. There are not enough Stalkers. Zerglings coming in, and Younghwa is pushed back. He has another group of Stalkers coming in, but he has lost so much already.
The Banelings designed to lessen the count of Stalkers. Here come the reinforcements, though, and this is when Younghwa has to count his losses and retreat, and he actually loses way too many Mutalisks before he's able to get away. But we have now the transition into Ultralisk play.
And you know, during all of this, Younghwa has still been unable to secure a 4th base. He's going to kill this Zergling with probes. That's how desperate he is. Needs to make that Nexus. He has, in fact, made it. And he's got a big timing he wants to hit. But with Banelings, you can't blink forward. I mean, with Banelings plus Infestors and Spine Crawlers, it's going to be impossible to break through that defense. He's going to have to find a weak point.
And as soon as those Fungals hit, and we have 8 Infestors now, he will have a huge problem. There they are!
Oh, and he blinked in!
Oh my god!
He blinked in, and that was a problem for him.
God. Tick, tick, boom, and it is Baneling time. From every angle possible, they just crush this force.
And look at these probes. The Muta's just on hold position, hanging out, getting some free probes here. No 4th base, and Younghwa is falling apart. Storms go down, but those are Ultralisks.
There are no Fungals on the other hand, and they can blink, and they do their extra damage against the Ultralisks. But is it going to be enough? There's so many of them. I don't think so either.
Even if he kills all of these Ultralisks, it will be a decent trade for Byo, who's done so much damage right now. A ton of Stalkers being warped, and he's reproducing those Immortals from earlier. But at this point, the resources for Byo allow him to make, if he wants to, Ultralisks and Broodlords with enough Banelings and Spine Crawlers to hold pushes. And with no 4th base up for Younghwa, he will eventually just run out of money.
Yeah, all these bases give him such a huge lead in economy, and he is trying to capitalize on it while he's moving in with the Mutalisks once more to take down this Nexus. He forces the cancel on the 4th, and Younghwa, as you said earlier, he's desperate to take a 4th base, but he just can't.
And he's so unable. These Mutalisks basically just always waiting for the Nexus to be spotted. When it is, they kill it. 40 Banelings being morphed right now, and these Banelings may just end the game with double the supply right now for Byo. +3 air weapons, his +1 carapace started, +3 for these Banelings is coming out as well. And these Banelings, will they wait? I don't think so.
200 supply for the Fnatic player, and Younghwa, the 124, is just trying to somehow get an army up, but he is running out of income. And here comes Byo once again. Holy check, this is a lot of Banelings, and he's moving in. Not using them for the Archon though, but there are the Fungals, and he is attacking from every angle possible. The Mutalisks from the second row, and everything just dies.
That is going to be basically game. There are a lot of cannons in play here, but still, the 4th base will be killed. He actually has lost all his probes. GG! GG, yo, says Younghwa, and Byo breaks things up.
Byo forces the tie in the series. 2-2, Fnatic against Incredible Miracle. Well played indeed.
A great choice by Fnatic, and now IM is the one making a player choice here. And, you know, Alive did not succeed, but this is going to be a very refreshing win for Fnatic. From here, basically they know that even though things haven't gone according to plan just yet, they've still got aces in the hole. And Byo, a very strong all-around player, they even used him for a ZVZ last time. IM is going to be reluctant to put a Zerg out right now. They may decide, however, to put Lucira out, and that's what I think I might do in this situation.
Lucira was so strong. He lost against the Zerg play in the end, but this Zerg was none other than the one and only Symbol who was able to take down the entire Incredible Miracle team yesterday. So he might definitely be an option here. We might see another Protoss player. I don't know, maybe a Terran, maybe it's time for MVP a little bit earlier. Kind of doubt it, but...
Seed could come out. I could see that. I feel we're gonna keep Nesty and MVP back right now. I think that's That's what the IM coach is going to do.
That's how they usually play it.
That's how they do it, man. We talked about this yesterday. They waited until the last second to pull MVP out, then they pulled Nessie out. Both of them were defeated. But all right, it's time for the choice.
It is time. Who's it gonna be? Who is going to be the next player here?
Who is it?
To the top left, we have him. There he is. It is Seed.
Oh, and he likes that Powerade, man. It's orange today, not blue like it was yesterday.
And Bjal is having a look at it.
You know what's funny about
He's smiling.
Is that the Powerade that they're drinking is the color of Fnatic. So I'm not sure if that's intentional or not.
I don't think so. But do you think it could be?
It could be. You know, TSL's colors yesterday, TSL used to be kind of a red team, but they also have kind of a blue color. Yesterday they drank the blue Powerade. I'm not sure if this is intentional or if they ran out of blue Powerade and they just brought orange today. But let's just go with it. Let's say they want to drink the blood of Fnatic today. Look at that color. I mean, it matches.
He swallows another Fnatic player. I don't know. He gulps them down, sip by sip.
There may be some symbolism here.
I think it was yesterday.
And the map choice, by the way, is going to be Cloud Kingdom, which also has that same orangey color to the tile set.
Don't forget about the Superman ass in the middle. That mini-map.
Every time you say that, I
love it.
It's the one thing, though, I have been able to unsee, I guess you could say, about this map. But since you mentioned it again, oh, look at that. I saw you just showed me a nice screenshot.
Yeah, we had a nice screenshot here of Seed with the with the Fnatic colored Powerade, whatever it is.
That King X guy, man, he gets some good screenshots sometimes.
Yeah, he definitely does. Well, we had this map yesterday already with a pretty good Protoss versus Zerg. And
have you seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Excuse me?
Have you seen the show Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No, never heard of it.
Okay. You always say pretty good, and that's something that I thought maybe you were trying to adopt from Larry David from the show, but it turns out that I guess it's just me that thinks that, like, I'm the only crazy one here.
I was corrected yesterday, though. The three thingies in DuckTales are actually not called Tick, Trick, and Track in the UK or in the US, which makes sense. But it's Howie, Dewey, Louie.
I don't know their names anymore. It's been too long.
Excuse me, you don't know what?
I don't know their names anymore, man.
You gotta be kidding me.
I didn't watch that show that much because when I was when that show was popular, I didn't have those.
What do you mean when it was popular? It is still popular.
Well, when it was aired as during its premiere, I guess during its regular season.
Talk to you anymore.
I did not have those channels available. I could only watch that show at my friend's house.
Wow. You can't remember their names?
I enjoyed the show, but I did not watch it that much.
But you know Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse.
Of course I know those characters.
Hey, I'm just making sure here.
Of course, man. Who's your favorite of those old Disney characters?
They're not old. They're classics.
Well, the original ones, I mean, okay? Of those original Disney characters, which one is your favorite?
I like the three. Tick, Trick und Track in German and something else in the US. They're Chicky. I like Chicky, I told you.
I like Goofy the best, man. He is my favorite.
I can see why.
Like, by far, Goofy is my favorite.
Oh my god. Oh, you're killing me.
Did you ever
Can you do the laugh?
I can, but I won't.
Try, please.
I'm not doing it, man.
Please.
You have to give me...
I will pay you money. I don't care.
We'll negotiate that later. I'll save it for another time. Right now, let's focus on this match. Let's see if this next IM player, Seed, another Protoss, can he take out Björn? The GSTL with Caldor and Wolf.